Welcome to the National University online class. Again, I am conducted by Muhammad Fazil Rabbi. I am Muhammad Fazil Rabbi conducting this class, Assistant Professor, Department of English, Government KC College, Jhinada. Today, I am delivering my lecture number 2 from your course English Writing Skills, and the title of the lecture of my today's lecture is Narrative Essay. How to write narrative essay, how we will construct your narrative essay. That will be my today's lecture. So my dear students, I will straight back to my slides to give you the idea about what is a narrative essay. What do you mean by narrative essay? What is narrative essay all about? So the definition of the narrative essay is like this. A narrative essay describes a text that is used to tell a story. The main highlighting point of narrative essay is that there will be or there should be a storytelling, clear storytelling, and that allows you to share your personal experience. This is another very important point to be noted, that it should be centered, or it should be happen in this way that it has that this sort of experience you have gained from your life. Actually, you have personally experienced it. That's the very important thing. So whenever you write a narrative essay, you should not write an imaginary object or an imaginary subject matter. You should write those, okay, this is a story of course, but the story should be based from your personal experience, that you are experiencing it in your personal life. So you are telling the story from your life. Actually, it's a story of your life. It's a simple way to understand. It's a story of your life that you are sharing. That's why it is written that allows you to share your personal experience in a more inspirational way than usual. It should be written in some unusual way. Unusually in that sense that this story is not a simple story that you are going to your college, attending a class. It is a routine job for your life. You are going to sleep, you are waking up from the sleep from the morning, going to the market for do some shopping. No, this is not a story. Actually, story what that catches or give you some extra things that makes people feels interested about your story, about your life, about your experience. That okay, oh, this sort of things can be happened. This actually these sort of things happen in life, isn't it? So a very important point is that a narrative essay should be written or written in this way that it's used to tell a story, and it should be from your personal experience, and it should be written that will make other people feel inspirational or motivated, or you can say that interested than usual day life or usual things happening in the everyday of our life. So it should be some extra additional things. Okay, let's move on. Now I am giving you some guidelines for writing a narrative essay. First of all, there's many points to be discussed. I'm going one by one. That will help you to understand much more easily, I should say. First of all, consider the topic. Consider the topic. Like my previous class on expository writing, I am talking, or I am giving you some giving the importance about choosing the topic. In the same way, when you are writing a narrative essay, there should be the scope of consider the topic. It's written in this way, you should be able to weave your truth into a story that matters. If it is only a truth, then it sounds not so interesting. But you should tell the story in some way, in such a way, in an interesting way that makes people feel interested about this truth. It is truth, it is happens in your life, you have experienced it, okay, but your way of expressing it, your way of approaching it should be totally different, should be in some, that's in the definition also, in an unusual way of telling this sort of things, that you are I'm giving you the example that you are one fine morning went out from your home and you find a uh, old man lying on the street. He's totally helpless. He's very sick. Now what you have done, you call a rickshaw or easy bike or anything, and you get this old man to that rickshaw or to the vehicles, and you are carrying this man to the hospital, nearby hospital or clinic. So this is the truth, but this is an interesting thing. This is not happening in every day or every hours. It's a very unusual thing. It's a very unique thing that's happening, isn't it? So you should pick the topic in this way that that has got the scope of weave those truth to like a garlands, we have flower garlands, we are weaving every flower to make a good garlands, isn't it? So in this way, you should weave those truth to make it a complete story, and it is the main things of narrative essay. Okay, come to the next point. Start with the draft. Start with the draft. Okay, if you if you are taking preparation about writing essay in your home, first you have to make an outline of those narrative essay, because as you are writing from your own life, there's a scope of missing something, that you have missed a good point, missed a moment. Then when you are making it to the final draft or final position of your writing, then you can insert those missing moments or missing stories or missing information in that essay. If you want to write it in a one final shot, there's a scope of missing some good points, and that is not, maybe not the case, and that you not want to do, isn't it? So you should first make a good outline. Like the painters also make an outline before they paint any picture, isn't it? They make a good outline, they thought about it, then they put their objects or their characters, their materials in those painting. So like this, in the narrative essay also, you should make a good outline of your essay, then you draft it, and it is right that it is written in this point that then polish it. Polish means you will make a final touch of this drafting. That's if there is any grammatical mistakes, language problems, or any vital problems are there or not. So you will have to be very careful about your story writing. And another important and interesting fact is that this method is used by many people, including famous writers. Yes, those people who are famous in writing fields, they take a good time, good deep preparation about their writing. They make a research works of those writings. Then they make the final, I should say, final draft or final uh, publishing, for making the books prepared for the final publishing. Before that, they just take a good preparation about whatever they want to write, which subject matters they want to put in that writing, how they will uh, continue their story writing, in which way they will narrate those stories, isn't it? It's about narration, as it is about narration. So you have to be very careful about which way or you will want to take your story going, in which direction you want to take your story going. So before that, you should have to be you should have to take some preparation. Actually, it's about preparation of your writing. You have to be prepared your writings, take a good preparation, then you should try to put it in a final, I should say, final way, or in a final writing, I should say. Number 3, storyline elements. As I have said, the famous writers and writers usually do these things. That which type of elements you want to use in your writings, which elements you want to use. Like I have written some lines that most stories contain elements as the description. Some common elements that most stories have, like description. Yes, you have to describe whatever you want to write. You have to describe. Then plot. Plot is very, very vital. Very vital. Actually, which plot or which type of plot you are choosing, it will definitely help you to describe or to take your story going. So choosing the plot is very important for any kind of narrating, not only narrating, actually any kind of writing. Then characters, how many characters you want to include in this story, how many characters, it's up to you. According to the plot, you have to settle your characters, that uh, uh, I will take 5, 10, 100. It's a requirement of from the story. Actually, the story will tell you that how many characters you have to put in your writings. In the same way, setting is also very important. That which setting you want to make for your writing. Uh, it's up to you. Uh, you can I should say that settings can be used in your own country, can be used in foreign countries. Uh, it's up to you. Again, it's up to you. You can you can give the settings for according to your choice, and then you can uh, move your plot or move your story uh, going with these settings or with this plot, with these characters, with this description and other components. If you want to add something more, something extra, you can do for the sake of your storyline. The main point is that whatever you want to do for betterment of your story, you have to do in your own way. You have the liberty, you have got the liberty, you have got the freedom to do that. Next, this help each text attract the reader's attention and make them think about it. If you uh, use those elements properly, I should say properly, professionally, smartly in your stories, like description, plot, character, setting, and other components, then it will attract the reader's attention. That's the main thing. That's the final destination, I should say, of your writing, that you want to attract the reader's attention. Is the main goal to do, main duty to do. And another important thing, it is written here that make them think about it. You have to uh, keep your readers thinking that how the story is about, how your mind wants to tell, how your intention is reflected on your story. People will think, will judge after finishing your narrative essay or narrative stories. Then they have to think. If they think, that means they read this essay or your story their full attention. If they not feel good or not feel attracted, not feel excited, if they feel bored, they will leave the story in the middle of the question or the first part of the question. Then they should not care about the thinking or any other things, isn't it? So you should write in this such an interesting manner that they will grab the attention and make the readers, make the audience have to think about your thoughts or about your story. That's very important. Number 4, the point of view. Why you are writing? The point of view means what's the cause behind it, why you are writing, why you have chosen this sort of writings. So here it's written in this way: readers and listeners should clearly understand your role in the story. Connectivity, I should say, connectivity are related. the readers should judge the relation between you and your story, your importance, your presence in this story. If it is written in this way that there's a very minor role of you in the story, but other characters are doing the main duties, they will not feel good that why you are writing in the story, there is a limited scope of you to doing anything. If you are centered role, you are the centered parts, the center character of this story, the people will definitely engross, they will definitely involve with you from your actions, from your doings, isn't it? So you should write the plot, write the story setting, anything in this way that your role, your presence in the story uh, feels, the paid audience can feel that yes, you have made a good role in this story, you have a good contribution in the story, you are very much related in the story. They will judge your role in the story, we should say. Next, which is why it is so important to let them know all the details of the described event, which is why it is so important to let them know all the details of the described event. That's why it's your duty to describe the event that is going in your, I should say that in your writing, you're writing in such a manner that they feel that the details of this story writing. You should write it in a details, in a full details that they can uh, feel or they can understand every minor major things, elements of your story, everything, the characters, the plot, the settings, the description, everything. So you should be very detailed in your work. Detailed work. The good famous writers, they always give a detailed description of anything. Like I can say that just a very minor thing that I am waking up from the sleep and I want to go to the next room. They create such an atmosphere in this way that it is not a usual thing, dramatic things, that I see some shadows crossing over my head or just crossed over my body. That is very interesting things. That which type of shadow? Is it a human being or it is some unusual thing, uh, non-entity things, or what is this? The part of the readers will feel very much. The readers will feel very much curious to know what sort of things are going around you. This is the thing that make the readers very much attractive. They keep the attention going, isn't it? As well as the explanation of your behavior in a particular situation. They will judge your action also. They will feel your presence or role in this story. At the same time, they also definitely judge your action. That's why it's written in that your behavior. Your behavior means your action. That what is the real connection or real, what should say that what's your deeds, what's your actions, what's your motivation, what's your behavior, what's your what's your, I should say that uh, interest in the story. They will judge everything and everything. If it is in a particular situation, they will judge more. That you are in a crisis moment or in a very crucial moment, why, how you have behaved, how you have come out, how you have overcome those difficulties, overcome those problems, or overcome those things, how you have achieved your success, how you have reacted with your failure, reacted with your success, everything, anything. They will judge your action in this, in any type of particular situation, I should say. Okay. Next, there's some more points to discuss, like proving and supporting. Proving and supporting. Okay. You should not only show your opinion, but also give arguments that support it. Actually, these points are somewhat similar to expository writing. isn't it? This point is very much supporting. So it is written in this way that you should not only show your opinion but also give arguments that support it. If you give any opinion in your writing, in your story, then also you have to give full uh, judgment or full arguments or full logic. Arguments means logic to put your or prove your I should say to prove your opinion right, isn't it? If you just give your opinion and leave it, then the readers will think that why you are giving this type of opinion. What's the reason behind it, isn't it? But if you give proper arguments or if you give proper judgments, proper reasons, proper causes behind your opinions, then they will understand clearly, very easily that okay, you believed this sort of things or you think this matter in this way. That's why you are putting your opinion in this way. They will feel absolutely clear about your intention or about your opinion. So you should not take anything for granted. Whenever or whatever you are writing, you should write with full conviction. I should say conviction word is very important. And in the same time you have to convince your readers also. It is about convincing the readers also. They have to believe your actions. They have to believe your storylines. They have to believe your characters, settings, anything, plot, everything. If they believe those things, those components, those matters, they will feel connected. Automatically, they will feel connected with your thoughts, with your storyline, with your writings. You can provide readers with any facts and references that showcase your thoughts and the results of your conclusions. You can provide readers with any facts and references that showcase your thoughts. Actually, I have already discussed that the facts and references you are giving in your essay, it should be, the intention should be to showcase your thoughts, to make your intention clear to the readers. That I believe this sort of things, I believe this matter in this way, and that's why I am giving these facts and references in my essay. Otherwise, the readers will feel lost, will feel that there is no connection between these facts and references to your narration. No, you should make people believe or think in this way that, yes, to prove my points, to prove my opinions, I am giving these facts and references just to prove my points, just to strengthen my opinion, just to strengthen my thoughts. I am giving this sort of facts and references. It's not unrelated to my main topic or to my story. And the results of your conclusions, of course, whatever you have giving the conclusion, that's your results. That's the final result will work for you. Okay, next point, number 6. Do not give details that don't mean anything to your story. I have discussed also earlier that unnecessary detailing is not required, or any language or any words or any I should say that any incidences that have no I should say that there is no connection with your main storyline, you just not put it in your narrative essay. Although, because these sort of things will unnecessarily lengthen your essay, and it will not the people will not feel connected with that. So you do not give anything details or give anything that doesn't mean anything to your story, unrelated to your story. I should say that is those unrelated matters should be strictly prohibited for your narrative essay. Okay, next point, number 7, is about a clear writing. Clear writing. How you can make your writing clear? Use simple words and appropriate language in the text. Two important things. When we want to write a narrative essay, you should use simple words. No unnecessary complex or bombastic words is not required. That your main, what is your main intention? Your main intention to make your readers or make your examiner understand your thoughts, understand your story. To make them understand easily, you should use simple words that will reach those people or reach the particular person in a way that they can connect or they can easily understand your main thoughts or main ideas or your intentions clearly with your stories. And for this, you also you should have to use appropriate language in that case. Which language suits your ideas, you have to make the decision fast. That, I should choose this sort of language for telling this story. Okay, you should have to switch on and off your language with the mood of the story. Whatever the mood, whatever the situation, whatever the settings, whatever the plot requires, you should make your language in that particular way, that the requirement of your of that plot or of the settings or like this. Okay, the clearer your readers understand what you are telling them, the better their feedback will be. Very easy to understand. If, as I've said, if you make your readers understand clearer, they will give you the proper feedback. They will give you the proper result. They will give you the proper consents. They will give you their proper opinions about your writing. If I understand, uh, if I understand your point clearly, it is very easy, that it is very obvious that I will give you the proper feedback. If I can't able to judge your story at all, then how I can give you the proper feedback, how, or any feedback at all? That I'm not understand. I simply can't understand your story, so it's not possible for me to give you any feedback. They should say in this way. So you should be very careful in choosing your words. At the same time, about language also. So words and language, these are very correlated, I should say. They correlated with each other, and you have to be very clear about your words, about your language, and your final goal to make your readers understand about what you are want to tell them. That's the main thing. Okay, next point. Describe events chronologically. This is very important. Very important. How you have started, how you have developed your story, and how you want to end your story. So you should have to. That's why I have to. Again, I have to give you that point, that you have to make an outline, make an outline of your story. Before that, if you make an outline of your story or make a draft of your story, then this chronological order can be maintained very easily. It will be very easy for you to maintain the chronological order if you are so sure about after this what will happen, which characters will come, what your actions will be, or what other people's action will be. That will be easily help you to give your story move in a very chronological matter that you have developed. It also helps the development of the story writing or progress of your plot is very important, that you describe those things in a very chronological manner, in a very systematically manner. So that's why it is written here that write in proper chronological order in order to avoid confusion. That's very important in confusion, avoid confusion. Uh, Suppose you are writing about your uh, childhood memories, certainly any of your childhood memories, certainly you start with your, uh, I should say, teenage time or your adolescent time. You are talking about a particular event in childhood memories, but you start with your adolescent time. So people will feel confused. What type of things you want to say here, as whether it is about your childhood or whether it is about your adolescent, isn't it? So if you have to keep your focus, tight focus on what or in which way you want to start, want to begin your story, in which way you have to develop your story, or in which way you want to end your or make a conclusion of your story. If you give those things or write those things in a clear, simple manner, there will be no scope. Certainly, there will be no scope of confusion, any type of confusion. Okay, so you have to maintain the chronological order and allow people, everyone who reads it, to follow the author's thoughts easily and with interest. If you can avoid confusion, that will definitely allow everyone, or every readers, I should say, to follow the author's thoughts. They will read your mind well. They can read your thoughts well if you give them that uh, crystal clear thoughts, crystal clear storyline, crystal clear settings, crystal clear plot, that these characters are doing their roles. I know their jobs, what they are doing, which way they are going, which actions is happening, where it is happening. If you have the total grip of your plot, stories, characters, settings, then at the same time the readers will also feel, also realize, or also understand your plots, your storyline, your characters in the same way and a very easy way. And also, if they feel your story easily, uh, read your thoughts easily, they will feel interest. Like when for in any type of movie, uh, if I if we uh, feel that the directors or the writer of the film, of the script, I should say, the script writers are very clear what his or her plots about, what's the main gist of the film, what the film is about, I should say, what the film is about. If I get the easy connection with that movie, you can get the thoughts of the or the minds of the script writer, then I automatically feel connected with them. I will feel interest in watching the film also, because I can feel what he or she has felt about writing his uh, story. Okay, so it's very important to make a good connection, good connectivity with the reader's mind and with the writer's mind. Next slide. Okay, we have come to the last few points. Uh, the number 9, read some narrative essay examples. Reading is all about. Reading is very important to get a proper uh, ideas, particular ideas about narrative essay examples. So you have to read some of the as many as you can read the narrative essay. You can read many as some narrative essay to get the clear idea about the technique or the style or the methods in which way it can be written or not. You can do it. Number 10, double check the provided requirements. The materials or the ingredients which are needed for your writing the story, you have to make the double check that everything is okay, everything is every uh, ingredients are there. Okay, if you want to cook something, we have before that we test the ingredients, isn't it? We arrange the required things for that particular uh, food, preparing the particular food. In the same way, if you want to write a story, you have to double check the required provided requirements. That yes, I have got all those requirements that I want to use in my story. Then you can just sit down and write your story in your own way, I should say. Number 11, revise your story. After you have written your essay, you should revise it, that whether there is any silly mistakes or not. If there is any kind of mistakes or anything, you have to correct it. You should revise it. Highlight the most crucial moments. If you feel that there's a particular moment that you want to highlight, you can do it. You can do that with some quotations or with some highlighting things you can use to make this crucial moment most make this crucial moment the I should say that most easily, most crucial moments to the readers, because you feel that this is the highlighting points. So you have to arrange the lines or the matters or the language or the words in this way that the readers will feel that okay, among the whole things, this particular section, this particular uh, things are the main highlighting point. In the not only in the story writing, actually in the performing art also, we have found that there's some crucial highlighting moment in the sports also, in the football, cricket. We all know that there's some moments which give the highlight of that. The last moment six, or a crucial run out, or a crucial out, crucial catch, isn't it? Or in a football, a last minute goal, or winning in the tiebreakers. This is the highlight things, isn't it? Or a very debatable penalty, whatever. So, if your story requires any highlight moment, you can do. You can do. Okay, my dear students, many of you want to know about the length of the narrative essay, how long I will write, or how many lines, how many pages I have to write. For this answer, I have given you some ideas I have got from my resources, that you can write introduction in narrative essay in 3 to 5 sentences. Is enough if you write it in 3 to 5 sentences. Main body, 3 to 5 paragraphs. You can use 3 to 5 paragraphs to write your main body, uh, the main section of your narrative essay, I should say. And in conclusion, it is written that 3 to 5 well-arranged sentences. 3 to 5 well-arranged sentences. This well-arranged sentence is very important. 3 to 5 sentences, but well-arranged, because all's well that ends well, isn't it? So if you ending is good, ending is crucial, ending is important, isn't it? If you end well, then the readers will also feel happy. That's why in especially in the subcontinent, the happy ending film is very popular. Those films ended sadly, the people feel also sad that, oh, this should not be happening this way. The writers can finish this movie or finish this story in a different way. That's right. Humayun Ahmed always liked to make some tragic ends in his movies, in his dramas, in his novels, isn't it? Rabindranath Tagore also, we have seen that many of his works are ended tragically, isn't it? So it's their style, but most of our people like to see happy ending of any story or any film, isn't it? Anyway, you whatever you want to write, a happy ending or sad ending, you should make it in a well-arranged way, where that your ending should be good, that people will feel happy, satisfied that yes, you have ended work well, you have summarized your ideas well, you have summed up your ideas, thoughts well. They should feel, or they should end it in that way also. Okay, my dear student, I have already come to the very end of my class. I should give you some tasks. I will give you some items of narrative essay that are very, I should say that common in, you have already, I believe, you have already gone through this essay in your school life or your HSC levels, SSC and HSC both levels. But if, as you are a student of honors level or different, or you are a student of English department, so these common topics are okay, but you should write not in a same way as you have written in SSC or HSC level. As you have got the ideas that narrative essay required many points to be understood, many points to be realized, many points to be highlighted, many points to be uh, to be uh, taken for granted actually. So you should keep all those points in your mind. Keeping all those points in your mind, I believe when you again want to write this essay, there should be, I am sure there should be, make a proper distinction from your writing. You will feel a difference, I should say, a difference in your writing, whatever you have written in your SSC or SSC level. Now, as you are in a honors level, like a road accident, very simple thing, but you will uh, present it in a very dramatically. You should present it very dramatically, in a very interesting way. My visit to a historical place, yes, we have gone to a historical place, but the journey, the experience, your realization, your thoughts after reaching there should be in some different way that you have written in your early lives. Again, another point, I should say, the uh, essay, the happiest or memorable day in my life. Happiest or the memorable day in my life. Again, why it is so, it is the happiest day in your life. You should have to explain it. Why it is so memorable, you should have to explain it. Give reasons, proper causes. Again, and last of all, my first day at school or college. It's purely based on your life incidences. So you have to narrate that experience. Should be in an interesting manner that, okay, this sort of interesting, unique things have happened when I came to my first day at school or in a college. Some unusual thing uh, that you have, that you faced in that day, that you are not uh, actually ready for that. Maybe you couldn't imagine at all, couldn't think that this thing can be happened in with you when you have uh, taken the first step in your school life or in your college life, isn't it? So you should maintain these things that whatever or which topic I have want to write, I should write some in a unique way, in a different style, in a different way, and that's the main things to do in this level, I should say. So with this, I would like to conclude my lecture number 2, that is on narrative essay. So I believe you have enjoyed well, and at the end, I thank you all